In the top stories, the showdown between tourism and agriculture officials comes to an end. An assurance that UWI students will get bursaries, and the WICB's Professional League holds its first draft. Welcome to Nation News for Monday, October 6, 2014. I'm Natasha Beckles.
No matter where you are in the world, at home or abroad, Nation News keeps you connected with what's happening in Barbados through our website, video newscast, and online e-papers. So stay connected with Nation News. Your time, your way.
The much-discussed MOU between tourism, manufacturing and agriculture representatives was signed today. Under the agreement, government will grant duty-free concessions on food and beverages to hotels, as well as expand the list of items which can be imported duty-free. However, these concessions will only be granted after consideration has been given to locally grown and manufactured items. Minister of Commerce Donville Innes said discussions between the parties had been heated at times, but he was pleased they were eventually able to reach an agreement. Tourism officials had long been agitating for concessions like those granted to the Sandals Group. University of the West Indies students have been assured that they will indeed be getting bursaries. According to Acting Minister of Education Senator Harry Husbands, applications are still being processed and successful students will be notified in the not-too-distant future. His comments come a day after the Sunday Sun broke the story that the Ministry of Finance had turned down a request for the funds to cover the bursaries. Mr. Husbands made the comments this morning after an awards ceremony for winning schools in this year's BMX exhibition. It was like the first day of school all over again for some students of Grisette's Primary today. The 294 children had been temporarily relocated to the Ebenezer and Breath of Life Seventh-day Adventist churches due to the lingering effects of a fogging exercise carried out at the school weeks ago. Chief Education Officer Laurie King was among a number of education officials who visited the two churches early this morning, and he said he was generally satisfied with the situation. The relocation is expected to last 2 to 3 weeks. Several former employees of Sandals Barbados turned up at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center today, hoping to be rehired by the all-inclusive hotel brand. The hotel closed for renovations on April 1st, and General Manager Joseph Zellner said most of the former workers turned up to be interviewed. He, however, stressed that they would not be automatically rehired, since the fair will be open to the general public from tomorrow. The hotel is slated to reopen next January, and it is seeking to fill 600 positions across all departments. Cuban ambassador to Barbados Lizette Perez is pleading with the U.S. government to release the 3 Cubans who were imprisoned for seeking information on the bombing of Cubana Flight 455. She made the call on Sunday during a ceremony in Paynes Bay, St. James, to mark the 38th anniversary of the event, which took the lives of 73 people while in Barbados airspace. She said the men who were allegedly behind the attack had been allowed to walk free, while those she called the anti-terrorist fighters were locked up. About 5,000 men and women painted the Garrison Savannah pink yesterday when they turned out for the most popular event in the Cancer Society's breast screening program. The CIBC First Caribbean Walk for the Cure event was so well patronized that coordinator Monique Hines said some would-be runners had to be turned back. Last year, 2,700 people took part in the event. In sport, franchises in the inaugural West Indies Cricket Board's Professional Cricket League have opted primarily for home-based players. In a draft today at the Accra Beach Hotel, only 2 players were selected to represent franchises outside the land of their birth. They are Guyanese Ramnaresh Sarawan, who will turn out for Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, and Barbadian Raymond Rifa, who was snapped up by the Guyana franchise. You can see the full list of draft picks on our website, nationnews.com. 16-year-old Hayley Matthews became one of the youngest female cricketers to represent the West Indies when she played against New Zealand in St. Vincent on Saturday. Today, fellow Harrison College students showed just how pleased they were with her achievement when they presented her with a cricket bat during morning assembly. Matthews, who also plays a number of other sports, said the Crumpton Street St. Michael's School played a key role in her sporting development, and she would continue to strive for excellence. And finally, a Georgia man says drug suppression officers mistook his okra plants for marijuana. Dwayne Perry says he was awakened by a helicopter flying low over his house and then some heavily armed deputies and a canine unit showed up at his door. The officers ended up apologizing, but Mr. Perry says he worries that his reputation has been damaged. And that's Nation News from Monday. For more, visit nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and get your Daily Nation tomorrow.